Hello and welcome to Buzziness. After last week's episode of Google Buzziness, we go into the similar pattern, and today our show's focus is on social media, and we have called our show for this week Social Media Buzziness. Social media is something that has managed to entwine into our daily lives. It has become a habit, an obsession, and also sometimes a compulsion. We talk, we fight, we discuss, we share knowledge, jokes, and a lot of other things on social networking sites. In our studio today, we have a group of youngsters who are going to discuss on this virtual space, which has almost become a reality. Thank you so much for coming to our studios today. Before we go into the discussion, let's start with your introductions.
Hi, my name is Rajita and I'm studying Mass Communication Masters here in the Department of Communication.
Hello, my name is Rakesh. I'm doing MA Communication second year, University of Hyderabad.
Hello, my name is Gautam. I'm doing my MA in Communication from SN School of Communication and Arts.
Hi, I'm Ashish. I'm doing my MPhil in the Department of English.
Hi, I'm Srikanth. I'm doing my PhD in Department of English.
Hi, I'm Vizo. I'm doing my first year Masscom in SN School of Arts and Communication.
Thank you once again to all of you for coming here. Before we start, I would want to ask you, is there anybody among you who is not part of a social networking site?
No.
Okay, so this is pretty much how the reality is out in the world, where everybody is part of one networking site or the other. So we have taken the liberty to bring this virtual space into our studio, and we have made our own Facebook wall. Apart from everything else, we also have introduced a dislike button, which is very needed right now in our present networking scenario. How we will go about this session is we will show you an update or a video or pictures on your wall, and you vote for it whether you like it or dislike it, and we count the votes, and accordingly we do the discussion. Is that okay? So let's just go into our first segment. Our first segment is on status updates. So for the next half an hour, consider this your own wall, your own Facebook wall, and you have to figure out whether you would like something like that on your wall. So you like it or dislike it, right? So here we go. We see what status you have on your wall today. It says, ate too much today, burp. Now, whether we like it or not, our walls are flooded with a lot of status updates. Every time we open it. Some of them are nice, some of them are not nice, some of them are good to know, some of them are not really necessary and we don't really need it. So my question will come later. Let's vote first and see if you like it or not. Rajda, would you like a status? Rakesh?
Dislike. I like.
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 Okay. 3 likes and 3 dislikes. Quite some tie. We'll go first with people who like it. Why do you like it? Why would you like a status like this, which talks about too much of intricacies and too much of detail of somebody's life? Why would you like something like that on your wall?
Okay, this is something like, it might be something so personal, but the thing is that it isn't insignificant at all. Like, everyone needs his or her own private space, and it's a place where you can express it. For example, like here they give like ate too much burp. Okay, fine. There might be an incident that is related to it. They might have gone to, say, Siddiqui or had some good food, and so it's a commemoration of that memory or that incident, and it's an after that. It's like, that incident has ensued this particular status into it. So that's why they say, okay, ate too much burp. So those people who can relate to that incident, they will surely like it. So it's not insignificant at all. And I think there is I feel there is a pretty great deal of creativity also going into it, because like we are always told to write good headings, captions thing, and we can, the guy who plays it, he could have written, or she could have written like, I had too much of food. I mean, she could have written like that also, but it's ate too much today. So it's a sort of better way of expressing yourself, and it's like, you know, memorizing or remembering something which was really significant. So that's why I think I like it perfectly.
When something like this comes up, I think people share it because they share a sense of belongingness. And then it's like whether you like it or not, the person who appears would be your friend. I don't think I would dislike anyone who puts up a status update, because he's of course my friend.
I like it because, like, being a food fanatic, it's fun, like, to hear someone else eating lots of food and, like, also getting reaction burp. And for me, like, I can go on eating and eating, so it's nice. That
Okay. Coming to people who did not like it, why would you not like a status like this on your wall?
It's not a matter of disliking it or liking it, but then I think I would choose to ignore it, because it may not be, like he said, it may not be totally insignificant, but for me it doesn't make much of a, I mean, it doesn't affect me much, so I would choose to ignore it.
Actually, it's first, these kind of statements are a waste of time, whether to dislike or like or to comment. But personally, I dislike this. Personally, the person who have put the status might have, he or she has his own personal reasons to put. But then personally, I dislike it.
So you say you won't comment on it? If
Yeah,
somebody
I
puts
won't
it up?
comment on it, but liking and disliking, it's the personal thing. And he liked, but I don't like it. He or she liked.
Okay.
I think people don't need to know whether somebody ate food too much or too less, or whether they had nothing. I think, and I dislike it because people, they don't need to know whether they like it, whether they ate food or not.
Okay. To the three of you who did not like it or would not rather comment on it, why do you think people put up such updates? Because there are a few people who, you know that these are the ones who will keep putting updates like this. They keep going on doing that. And, so why do you think people like that give updates like this, even though people don't like it or they don't get much comments or likes?
Facebook, I think, has become like a virtual identity for everyone, and constantly they are struggling and they want themselves to be heard, to be seen. So I think they just, and most of them I think are obsessed. They just want to be there. Like all of us must have at some point experienced such a thing where you just want to be on Facebook, leave alone, in spite of nothing happening there. So there could be, a continuous obsession or something. So maybe that's why they keep updating. And I don't think, at some point in a day when they are putting up updates like this, one of the status updates might receive some likes. So maybe, so that's why, probably.
Okay. Another aspect that comes in these status updates is about how if a girl puts up status updates, she gets so many likes and so many comments. And if a guy happens to put the same update, he will probably get just one like, or even end up being with a 0 like and few comments to ask them to shut up. Does anybody of you have comments on that?
Yeah, I do have a take on it. The thing is that it's a common phenomenon, it's a common trend that's happening. I just once came across an instance where a girl, straight to her marital status, whether she's engaged or single or blah 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 stuff, she just puts a dot and she receives 350 likes. Bloody hell, we don't even receive 10 likes, for our photos that we take in SLR camps. So it's so disheartening at times. But I think there is like I don't say it's not out of like male chauvinism or something that I'm saying like girls are they are embodiments of beauty, blah blah blah. I don't think so. But the thing is that what I feel is that there is a lot of overemphasis that is being given to the pictures of girls, and some might say like, okay, fine, they are being given more emphasis because they are weak, they are insecure. Considering the way they dress, they exhibit themselves in these photos, I don't think they are insecure. So it's like too much of emphasis being given. So.
And also add to what Ashish said is that boys are more they are more expressive and girls are less expressive. Actually, it's my personal feeling. Maybe it may be true or may not be true, but in all the sense, but guys are more expressive and girls are less expressive.
We are sort of worshippers of beauty.
Yes.
We adore
Yeah.
beauty,
Yeah.
You're lucky that there are only 2 girls in this discussion forum and you are in the majority.
Not the question of majority. Actually, both are equal. Men
You
and
are
women
contradicting
equal.
yourself. But before we take this discussion forward, we will break into a short break. Stay tuned.
Warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Price copper cats and warm woolen mittens. Brown paper package tied up the street. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling simply remember my favorite things, and I don't feel so bad.
Welcome back. We are talking about social media and its impacts and the current trends, which are sometimes annoying and sometimes maybe not. Going into the next segment, we will be taking pictures and discussing about what kind of pictures are being spread around on these network sites. So let's see what picture is there on your wall today. It says, please share and help. For every share of this picture, Facebook will donate ₹5 for the operation of blind people of India. So please share and be the part of this holy campaign. Your one share can give a new life to someone. Now my question is, we come across pictures like this almost every day, where it can even get worse with photos of people suffering, especially in the hospitals with babies and having some abnormal conditions, and they say, share it, and for every share of every 1,000 shares, Facebook or some other entity will give money to these people, so help them. Do you think there is a basis for pictures like this? Is it true? Are these actually true? Would anybody want to say?
I think it's all of business. I don't know who is getting the profit out of this, but like I think there is someone who is behind it, like who gets profit out of this. I don't think the money goes to whoever they say with every share they would get a penny.
Do you actually think the money goes somewhere?
That's what I
at
said.
all?
Like I don't think
money
no
is
one gets,
involved
but
in
like,
it at all?
it's I think it's Facebook might be behind it, or some organization behind it who might be doing, like the child begging which is happening, like the organizations behind it which are getting profits same way.
Their intentions might be good, assuming that if we pass on messages like this, people will at least come to know. But then the method that they've adopted here is very wrong. But otherwise, I think that possibly could be their intention of whoever's making all of these.
Okay. Also, there are these social causes requests that keep coming up that people send. Even that is one example. Nobody knows where it comes from. So, does anybody have any comments? Would you like, for example, share it on your wall because it is for blind people or it is for somebody who is suffering, and you have no clue about whether it is right or not? But would you share it just so that it helps, in case it helps?
I will definitely share it in the in the notion of human interest. But then coming to the commercial thing that happens in the social media and all, I don't like to share. But then coming to the human values, I definitely like to share it.
Okay.
The thing is that my opinion will be like, I doubt the credibility of this entire theme. Like, I don't know how, as Srikanth said, I don't think the entire money is going into the right hands, or after all, they are getting at money at all. But the thing is that there is an awareness created, and also we should accept the fact that, like, Facebook has become something more than just what do you say, a computer, or a platform for expression. There was one movement that recently held in Trivandrum from Kerala, where a movement against endosulfine, where a group of people who just connected themselves, they don't know each other in person, but they got connected through the through Facebook, through their chats, and then they joined up their hands, they came over there, and then they organized a movement against the endosulfine. So endosulfine, they were like sympathizing with the endosulfine victims. So such movements, social movements are happening around, but I don't think such things like such a photograph can make much of a change. I really doubt the credibility of such a photo and such activities.
Okay.
I think social causes, as you were talking, I think things have happened, like Richard Loitam and the Northeast cases. I think Facebook has done a lot of.
Even the Middle East uprise that happened.
Yeah, even Occupy Wall Street, they have all used Facebook, and it has brought change. But like, I don't. We have all been through this. Like, we have all shared, and we have realized it's a mistake.
Yeah, even the Anna Hazare movement and Kejriwal's movement are based on this. It got much hype. Yeah, hype in social media and Twitter, especially this Kejriwal tweeting about these things. The movement and all these things. So I think social media is very much.
So right now, a lot of people are sharing such pictures and videos and causes and stuff. But do you think if there was a economic aspect into it, like they said, give 5 rupees. If you share it and give 5 rupees, this money would go to this person or that person. Do you think would people share these pictures as often or in such large numbers as they do now?
I don't know whether you have observed, Facebook has introduced new thing called donate. Each picture you share, you can donate it, and you can send the picture to I don't know where the donation goes, but Facebook has introduced surely, because I'm doing research on it. I know it, but I don't know how many of you have observed.
Okay, so this new phenomenon, do you think the pictures
I don't think anyone would share. I think half of the people would opt out of Facebook if Facebook introduced something out of I heard recently Facebook has thought of this, Facebook is going to make it commercialize it. Facebook is going to be you have to pay and subscribe for it. I don't know how long it takes, but it is going to happen.
Okay.
But it says it is free and will always be.
There are very contradictory remarks in the air.
The news was on BBC and all.
Oh,
well, then it's good publicity. Before we cut into a break, I would like to know your votes on pictures like this. Would you give it a like or a dislike?
This is too much. Too much. We can't take a stand,
No,
because there are some causes which would be helpful, and some are.
So if you would say a yes to a cause, then you say like, and if you would never ever share a cause or a picture.
Yeah, as I said, everyone has been through this. Like, everyone has shared and realized it's a mistake.
So would you say yes or a no?
Okay, considering this particular instance that are being put forward, I don't think there is a particular reference or where it comes from, nothing. So since the source of it is not being revealed, I cannot judge the credibility of this particular thing. I would say dislike.
Okay. How about the others?
Me to the same dislike.
Vizu?
Dislike?
Yes, dislike.
Okay, I think I'll just wait and watch. Rakesh?
Dislike.
Fine. So with that, we've come to an end of this segment, and we will cut into a short break. Stay tuned.
Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, whether I find a place in this world or never belong, I gotta be me, I've gotta be me. What else can I be but what I am? I wanna live, not merely survive, and I won't give up this dream of life that keeps me alive. I gotta be free, I just gotta be free, ready to try to lead or die. I gotta be
Welcome back to Buzziness. We are talking about social media and the current trends on social networking sites. The next segment is about videos that are going viral on the different networking sites. So again, like the routine goes, let's see what video you have on your wall.
Based on all political issues. So, today we'll have a political discussion on Rural Development Bill. Those on my left will speak in favor of the motion and those on my right will speak against it. And I want proper parliamentary behavior. So let's start.
Thank you, Professor. Since 1960, we are trying to pass the bill for the rural development. And the structure of the bill is in the way. The structure of the bill is very designed. And the purpose of the whole thing is to
There are a lot of such videos that have gone viral, including the Some of them have meaning, some of them are just hilarious, and some of them have completely no sense at all in them. My question to you is, do these videos really affect people in their real lives?
Actually, when we look at the society, there has always been like the maximum changes in the society has come in the form of satires. Look at Cartoonscape. What you see there is a satire. Okay, they are like, you know, they're mocking at the present situation through creativity. And what is being shown today, this particular instant, particular example, it's a sort of a creative mocking, a creative satire to what's happening. Okay, it's like it does happen, it does affects a lot to the psyche of the people who watches it, because like we know what is happening inside. We see, when we see a parliament session, we see, okay, this is what happened, but they have just like, you know, exaggerated it a little bit, but still it's a creative satire. A particular amount of creativity has gone into it, and especially the thing that interests you is the background score. It's like Gandhi's background score and, you know, the world wrestling going on. So that's something really hilarious. It makes you laugh. At the same time, it makes you think. So it definitely affects the viewers and it makes you think. That's for sure.
You say it makes you think, but don't you feel that it's like passive viewing or passive listening to such videos? I mean, do people really, after watching this, they say, no, we will not go with corruption, we are against corruption, and the next time I see a police inspector taking bribe, I will revolt against it? Does any change like that happen?
It isn't like, you know, you see a video and the next day you're going to get out into the streets and you act to it. It's not like that. For example, we start with revolution. Every revolution, everything that has happened starts from a small step. when we watch such a video, we find, okay, this is not the right way things should be. And when somebody has reacted to it, so we are like, there'll be an initiation inside us to react against it. That particular spark that is being put into us, that's what the motive of this such small videos, such satires are actually. There is a spark being put into us, and that spark, will create a big fire.
Okay, before taking the discussion forward, let's take a poll on whether you would share or like a video like this or not. Vizo, we'll start with you.
Like.
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 Rajita?
I like.
Like it.
I do like it.
Okay, so now this is regarding this video, which is all nice and it's satire and people can relate to it in the current Indian scenario. But there are also videos that have gone on air and they have been circulated widely, and these videos are against a particular community, or it's racist in trying to bring hatred among people. If that kind of a video comes up on your wall, would you, what would be your reaction? You would obviously not like it, but what would be your reaction?
See, I don't think people would like share. Video is something which takes your time. A picture is something you have to think a lot. Video is something you watch and then share. Picture is something you just share and then realize it was fault. But video is something, it needs some time for you to think. And people won't watch much of video when it is a long time. I think there was Kano or something, which was American terrorist, which they are portraying, and there were different views, and there were like it was a group share when you are forced to, you would be just added into the group, and then when you realize it's a racist comment or you have a stand on it, whether it's racist or it's a discrimination, you think of it and then share it. So I don't think many of us would like we think of it and then share it.
Just adding on, he said, like I said before, that it adds to your identity. It's creating an identity for you. So when you are sharing anything, I think we think like once or twice. You think what is the reaction going to be, and apart from that, not just the video. When you watch the video, you even go down and look at the comments. And I think it's not like you watch the video and there is a revolution or a change. You go, you see the comments, you start discussing, and I think the motive of all these videos is not to start a change right away, but to initiate conversations, to make people aware, to make them participate as much as possible. So as far as that is concerned, I think the videos are doing their job and it's acceptable. So
to give one instance, you were referring to how much revolution happens. Like there was one instance where the guy didn't have a license and his original documents. The police asked for his bribe, and the guy realized he was the one who supported anti-corruption and Anna Hazare movement. And this guy rejected, and when he went to the court, he was like the typewriters and the agents who were there. They were also asking him for a bribe, and they were telling him like it would be 1,000 odd, at least 2,000 if you don't have these documents. So pay it, we will reduce it to 50, 100. So this guy again rejected. If I was to pay, I would have paid the cop. Why would I pay here? And then he went inside, and the original fee he has to pay was 100 rupees. So I think this type of incidents, and unless we know, we will try to settle it without thinking of our income and the money, how much it matters. When we realize that it is actually lesser than what we have to pay for the bribe, I think we won't.
Okay, but like suppose you come across a certain video, not on your wall but somewhere on Facebook, or you see some friend it on some friend's wall, and it's either derogatory or in a it gives a negative connotation. Would you report abuse, or would you just let it be and close the page?
I think maybe that might be some cases it might be a hacked report or something like that. I just like to ignore it. Probably he may not have intent. I mean the intention to post it or something, like maybe hacking or something like that. So So ignoring is the better option, I think.
Okay, but there are certain sites which are meant, it's only like a public, not for of a private individual, but a public site which keeps bringing up or uploading pictures and videos of some causes or some people or something like that. So you know it's not really hacked as such, or it might not be hacked. There's always a possibility, but it might not be hacked. Have you ever reported abuse for such pictures which you think is not required, or it has a negative connotation?
I think you just go and comment and you just express and say this is right for you or not. But otherwise, I don't think we'll, unless it's very personal, unless it's your own photograph or something that belongs to you has been abused, you don't report abuse. But if it is something like this, like you said, it's on somebody else's wall, you would might be we'll all simply go and comment and say, that's not the thing, this is the thing. So,
like these causes and all, mostly like we see like some of the causes like about discrimination and all, because we are seeing that on Facebook. Some people they begin to discriminate more, even those who are ignorant about it. So normally everyone, even me myself, like I ignore everything, all these things. But I guess it's good like if we can report it, like.
And it's something like porn, I don't think we report, but I think we just ignore. But I think Facebook has made sure like they check on it, and then when there is something we report abuse or spam, they make sure that it won't repeat it.
Okay. So to sum it up, do you think the current trends that are happening, there are a lot of people who keep thinking, why is this happening, and whether, I'm sure all of us have gone through the dilemma of whether we should just close our account and not be on Facebook anymore, and then are attracted back towards it, and then we decide, no, we'll do it some other time. But do you think this entire phenomena of social sites are actually beneficial for the society as such, or for people generally? Is it actually serving a purpose?
Actually, today I think Facebook and other social networks are much more than just what you say, a computer mediated platform for interaction. They are much more than that. Like we have a person over here who's doing research on it. Okay, Facebook has become a research material for someone. So in such a case, actually, yeah, Facebook does, or social networks add much to, as she said, making an identity for expressing yourself, and as it initiates certain causes. So I think social networks are essential for us to express ourselves, to make some change. I think this will be a right place to start with.
Okay, so whether we like it or not, to sum it up, whether we like it or not, Facebook and other networking sites are there on our face, on our head, sitting on our heads actually, throughout the day in everybody's life, and that's a reality. Social networking sites is the in thing and is the current trend. But if you as a person have been thinking, if you are the only one who is wondering if this is right, or what are the kind of trends, where is Facebook leading the world to, you're not the only person. You should check YouTube for a video called Become Famous on Facebook, and you will know you're not the only person who is thinking about this. Thank you for joining. This is me, Blossom, signing out. Goodbye.